Hey everybody, episode 8. It's come to my attention through a few constructive feedbacks that the inflection in my voice has actually been a little bit stale or flat. What I would say to that is two things. One is thank you for the feedback, and then two, I do know that it's a natural component of my normal conversational tone. But when I get really passionate about something, I can tell you that it goes up and down pretty intensely. So I'll be a lot more mindful of that, and I will definitely make sure that everyone knows that I have that inflection is going to emphasize some things that I think I strongly believe in and that I'm charismatic about, and I want to draw you in to want to be a part of that charisma and that energy. So thank you to those that have said so. Brick has said so, very much so, that I'm a little flat, and so I want to deflate or inflate or whatever it is. But you get the idea. So for the afternoon episode, really what I wanted to focus on was, communication as a whole. Communication is a very critical. There's an art and a science to critical communication. You've got to understand your audience. You've got to be a key listener. And I'm telling you, without a shadow of a doubt, it is nowhere near possible to easily come across as listening and understanding and comprehending if you're tuned out on even the slightest distraction. So you got to stay zero focused in, dialed in when you're talking to people. I'm sharing you with this information with you because I've experienced it 100 times. These messages, these podcasts that we're putting out, they're meant for a number of different reasons. They're informative, they're entertaining, they're powerful, they're ridiculous, they're all these different things. But what I will say, and Brick will back me up on this, is that you have to capture your audience's attention, and the way that you do that is you give them a sense of who you are as a human being. And if you just talk with a very bland, sort of straightforward, hey, hi everybody, I've had a good day, you lose your audience in no time at all. I mean, it's like listening to a gentle hum on, television, where you've got like a YouTube channel that's just playing a high frequency noise or some weird shit like that. Anyway, point being is it was a great lesson. It was a great call out, and I really love the fact that people are giving me solid feedback. I've still got a lot of growth, so I really look forward and I really appreciate and anticipate the recommendations, the tools that I should be using. I'm keeping it very simple, as you can tell right now. The complexity, I think, will grow over time, but that complexity will also, I believe, coincide with as I feel more comfortable understanding the tools and the materials in front of me, as well as being able to lean into the experience of some of the great people that I work with. Kido Abashi, I'm going to keep on throwing his name out there because the dude is spot on, and he's still figuring it out, but he's at a level 10 times above my own. So thanks again, Keto. Can't thank you enough. I've had a few other friends outside of the YouTube or the podcast community that have given me some really good advice. And I'd like to get some feedback as well. So right now I'm keeping my content around 10 minutes. But what I will say is that I'm only keeping it to 10 minutes because right now Brick and I are a kind of a solitary a partnership, and so I spend the majority of the time talking, although I do try to convey Brick's ideas as effectively as I can. At some point I'd love to be able to have some guests on, and I think I have an idea for how we can do that, but I also want to get some input on whether anybody would really think that would be something they'd be interested in. The audience that is coming up relatively quickly, and I'm so grateful and so surprised to see that, because I've spent a lot of years feeling like I don't have a voice, and now I'm feeling more comfortable about expressing my voice because I figured out a way to do it that makes me feel authentic, it makes me feel comfortable, and it makes me feel like I can include anybody and everybody. And really have a meaningful debate, a meaningful discussion, a meaningful sharing of perspectives, etc., etc. The possibilities are endless. I mean, it could be talking about a million different things, but right now, these last several episodes have really been basically finding our voice. And so you guys have been really stepping up and helping me realize that. And so I'm going to take advantage of that. And then, every now and then I'll pepper in something a little bit like, political points of view. It could be educational aspects of the way the country's going today, the way that things in general are running, but also just day-to-day living, the things that we're dealing with, the people that we're facing, the challenges that we're overcoming, the support of our families. All of these things, they amount to a massive shift in this really negative culture that has been spewed on us by the larger media, by the larger conglomerates, or whatever you'd like to call them, that have an immense amount of influence. And it only takes a few people like us to be able to look them square in the eye and say, not today, buddy, ain't happening. I don't believe it, I don't buy it, and this is why. I talk and I surround myself with a lot of people, a lot of smart people. They know what they think, they know what they feel, and they do not match this negativity that you guys are putting out there, this fear. We are not a fearful people. We've never been a fearful people, and we are not going to start being a fearful people now. And if you do, call me up, send me a text message, send me an email, find a way to get a hold of me and say, I'm afraid, and then I'm going to tell you exactly why you have no reason to be afraid. Not only not be afraid, but know how to stand up for yourself. So, people need a voice, and sometimes they need a voice that's willing to put their own neck out on the line. Well, there's my neck. You see it? It's pretty thick too, so they're going to have to cut hard if they want to get through that. And I'm okay with that. I'm a fighter. I'm a believer in the underdog. I believe that the people that try the hardest are the ones that care the hardest. I believe the ones that try the least, they've been spoon-fed something, or maybe they just had a perception growing up where they just need to have an adjustment. So I don't even give them a short change entirely, because that doesn't give somebody the space to grow. Everybody has an opportunity to shift and grow and become who they really want to be. And at the end of the day, we really all, I believe, want to be appreciated by each other. And I think, you tell me, Brick, but that's what I'm sensing. And the very fact that you're actually having a physical reaction to this right now, which I find absolutely invigorating, tells me that we're on the right track. Brick and I have I feel like I'm sensing a long history together, and I really want to bring as many of you along with us as I can. This is not going to be an overnight situation. I'm going to lose a lot of people because they're going to think it's corny and stupid. Well, go ahead, man. It's different, period, end of discussion. But I can tell you this Brick, this partner, this individual that makes me feel like I'm being able to create something bigger than myself is giving me that confidence. And all this time, Brick's lived right down the street. So here we are. It's about to happen, and I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. So here's your afternoon message, and I look forward to any feedback. I look forward to anything you guys feel like you can offer, guidance-wise, commentary-wise, wisdom-wise, etc. So look for more tomorrow, and we will talk soon.